Welcome back to MBE. Today we're doing cross-sectional area versus CCing intake ports. So CCing intake ports, bad idea. Means absolutely nothing. And we'll go through it for this reason. So this is our 101 video. So for instance, you CC the intake port. You go, oh, it's this large. This is how much volume's in it. But you have no idea where the volume is taken out of, where it hasn't been taken out of. So for instance, let's say it's the port's bigger right here at the throat, and all of a sudden it's 30 CFM better. But you think that, oh, that port's much larger because the CCs, it has more volume in the intake port. But it's only larger for this much of the port, but it picks up 30 CFM, which makes the port actually, it picks up so much more airspeed that the engine thinks it has a smaller intake port. It'll actually pick up torque. Okay. The main thing that people do is, the majority of people, the general people, do not know how to measure an intake port, the length of an actual intake runner. Okay. So if you take that into consideration, let's say that the intake runner is 200 thousandths shorter. Let's say it's shorter. If it's 200,000 shorter, the intake port is going to look like it's 15 cc smaller. So it's a bogus number. So you have no idea what you're measuring. The important part is knowing what the cross-sectional areas are. So measuring it here in the throat, measuring it in the bowl down in here, measuring it over the short turn down in here, and then doing all that and then minusing the radiuses out so you know what the actual cross-sectional areas are. The majority of people do not mind it. They do not take into consideration the radiuses over these areas. Okay, so, and then you have the other aspect. You got the person that leaves material in where it shouldn't be left in. So now, oh, that intake port's smaller. I can't put a big intake port on it because that one's smaller. Well, it's smaller because it's wrong. Okay, and then if you have the person that takes the material out at the wrong place, well, then that one's larger because it's wrong. So when CCing an intake port, it means absolutely nothing. So just get with somebody, a professional, go over your cross-sectional areas, and a good cylinder head guy will know that the cross-sectional areas are dictated by cubic inch and RPM. The cubic inch is one thing. We feel here that the RPM is worth, that value is worth a little bit more, making those areas larger. Okay, so that is 101 CCing intake ports versus measuring cross-sectional areas the correct way. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day.